Hello and welcome back to another video on the Rose Ed YouTube channel. So today I thought, the Premier League's over, transfer window hasn't really kicked off yet, but you know what is about to come up? The Euros. So everyone else is doing it. I thought, let's do a Euros prediction, shall we? So first and foremost, just want to say, don't get offended if I don't predict the team that you think is going to win the tournament. It's just my predictions, just my opinions. And yeah, let's get right into it. Yeah, we'll go with the Telegraph one. So first up, the group stage. Select the top 3 teams from each group in order of position. How does this work? What is that first set? Yeah, okay, right. So I'm going to go Italy first, obviously. I'm going to go for Turkey second, because I think Turkey are going to be a bit of a dark horse this tournament. A lot of people are tipping them for that. And between Wales and Switzerland, I have confidence in Wales. So I'm going to go Wales third, and Switzerland will be out. Up next, Group B. Denmark, Finland, Belgium, Russia. Well, first and foremost, we've got to go Belgium first. The rest of the teams in this group, I think, could finish anywhere between second and fourth. I just think that Belgium are going to finish first. But yeah, I'm going to go for Denmark second, Russia third, and Finland out. But as I said, it could change. Group C. First and foremost, Holland first, obviously. Ukraine, Austria, and North Macedonia. Now, I'm going to go for Austria second, Ukraine third, and North Macedonia out. I'd love them to prove me wrong, but I don't think they will. I think Group C is the easiest one to predict of all of them. But we'll see. We'll see, won't we? Group D, a very explosive group. England and Scotland in the same group is nuts. Absolutely nuts for the culture of football. As well as Croatia as well, who is England's nemesis after the 2018 World Cup. And Czech Republic, who I think are going to do a lot better than some people are suggesting they will, because they have some good players. They have Soufal, they have Souček. Any player that I've seen in the Premier League, I have a bias towards, to be perfectly honest. But I still think they're going to do well. But yeah, I'm going to have to tip England first, aren't I, for the culture. Up next, I am going to go with Croatia, and then between Scotland and Czech Republic, it's obviously going to have to be Czech Republic third. This isn't a personal vendetta against Scotland. I don't really care so much about the rivalry as much as others do, but I will get into it once the game kicks off. But I just don't think Scotland are good enough to finish anywhere other than fourth. Prove me wrong. Any Scottish viewers, I'm sorry. Please prove me wrong. I'd love to see more British teams get through and have a bit more of a rivalry throughout the tournament. Up next, Group E. Spain, Sweden, Poland, and Slovakia. Now, I'm going to go for Spain first. I'm going to go for Poland second, because I just think the game changer, Lewandowski, he's a big player, really big player in the tournament. Sweden, Slovakia, I don't know. I honestly don't know who's going to finish third or fourth. I'm going to tip Sweden to finish third and Slovakia to finish fourth. And then Group F, probably the group with the most quality in it. I'm sorry, Hungary. You don't stand a huge chance in this one, do you really? I'm going to go for France first, and then I'm going to go for Portugal second. I think Portugal are going to finish above Germany. Germany to finish third, and Hungary to be out. Now, the interesting thing is, if England finish first, they will have to play, I think they'll have to play Portugal, won't they? Who I'm tipping to finish second. They'll have to play second place in Group F. Whereas if they finish second, do they have to, I think they would play whoever finished second in Group E or something. I don't know. It's all a bit weird, but I think it benefits England not to finish first in that group. But if you're going to win the tournament, you're going to have to beat the big teams anyway. So I'm done. I'm not listening to that excuse. Third place ratings. So pick your top 4 best third place teams. The one you'll finish the group stage with the most points. Points. They do it on points. That's interesting. So I do think Germany are going to be one of those, because I still think they'll get a win and a potential draw against one of the other teams in their group. I think Czech Republic will. I'm tipping Czech Republic to do alright. Then I'm going to go for... Thing is, I've got to do it relative to the group, haven't I? Not so much which teams is good. I'm going to go for... Which group? Wales. I don't think Wales gets as many points as Sweden, to be perfectly honest. Maybe even Ukraine as well. Oh, I actually don't know. This is too much brain power to use at the moment. I'm just going to go for... Let's have a look, shall we? No, I'm going to have to think about this. I'll be back in a second. Okay, we're back. And after a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, I've decided that I actually have no clue, to be perfectly honest. It will just go how it goes. But my hunch is telling me Germany. I'm also thinking Czech Republic. I'm also thinking Wales. That's a difficult one. I definitely think Germany will do all right. I just can't see them going out too early. And then between Russia, Ukraine, and Sweden, I decided this before I recorded this part of the video, and I can't remember who I went for, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go with Sweden. There we go. So Ukraine and Russia, I'm very sorry, but I think you're both out. So on to the round of 16. Interesting ones. First and foremost, Italy versus Austria. I'm going to have to go with Italy, aren't I, really? Sorry, Austria. I want to predict a little bit of an upset in some of these games, because there always is an upset in tournament football, but you never know when it's going to come. That's why it's called an upset. So, Turkey versus Denmark. I think Turkey are going to do alright. They've got some really good players, like Barrett Yilmaz. Shout out Barrett Yilmaz. Belgium versus Sweden. Belgium. I think that's a pretty easy one. And then Holland versus Germany. Now, I know Holland haven't been doing amazingly well of late. From what I've been hearing from a couple of Holland fans, and the general mood around the team, especially with Van Dijk missing the tournament, and now Donny van de Beek missing the tournament, it's going to be an interesting one. But they've got some good players. As for Germany, again, another side that has been underperforming in the past few years. So this is a battle of the big guns that are potentially underperforming. So I think it could go either way. But I think, in terms of squad, I think Holland slightly edge it. But I'm not sure. Germany in tournament football are very good. I'm going to go for Germany. And it could go either way. I apologise, Holland fans. Alex, if you're watching, I'm sorry. But, yeah, I think Germany will win that one. Croatia versus Poland. I think that Croatia have just a bit too much of Poland in that instance. France versus Wales. That'll be a really fun game to watch. Really fun game. I think France win it because they're just amazing. Spain versus Czech Republic. Here's my prediction. This is the one I'm going to go for. Czech Republic. Come on. I believe in you, Czech Republic. For some reason, I've just gravitating towards a lot of these players as being really good. And Spain, again, a team of underperformers of late anyway. And they've been having some problems with their training camp because Busquets tested positive for COVID. And I think a lot of their players are having to train in bubbles. And that's just going to disrupt them. And I think Czech Republic will take advantage of that. So yeah, I'm going for a Czech Republic win on that one. The funny thing is, I'm predicting it like these are set in stone games. I can probably assure you that none of these games will happen because my predictions will probably be wrong. But it wouldn't be a good game of football if you could predict it. That's what I say. And then England versus Portugal. Oh my God, what a game that would be. Oh, I don't even want to think about that. That would be ridiculous. Portugal, I think, are going to do really well in the tournament as well. I thought, in terms of squad, they've got an amazing squad. It does depend on if Harry Maguire's fit. A lot of it does anyway. And it also depends if Jordan Henderson's fit, because I think we need him as our captain. Well, even though he's not going to be our captain, but we need him as a leader, don't we, in the squad. It's a tough one. It's a real tough one. It could go either way. It really just depends on who turns up on the day. And I'm not sure who that's going to be. And it also depends on injuries and stuff. You might have a couple players, or they might have a couple players pick up injuries. But for the sake of the predictions, for the sake of my predominant English viewers, English friends, my English heritage, and my English bias, overall, I'm going to go for England. That's a big call. That's a really big call. That sets a precedent, doesn't it? That I think England have the ability to beat the big guns that we haven't had the ability to beat in the past. And a lot of people probably will be watching and thinking, where has this arrogance come from? You haven't done anything in any major tournament since 1996 maybe, or whatever tournament we've done well in. 'Cause I can't remember a tournament we've done well in. I'm 19 and I can't ever remember enjoying watching England. So yeah, it's an interesting one, but our squad has never been as good, apart from in 2004 and 2010 between that period when we had Gerrard, Lampard and Scholes, who failed us. Maybe I've over-predicted. I can never underestimate how bad England do in major tournaments. I'm not sure. Now I'm second-guessing myself. I taught myself in circles. This is what I do. I just taught myself in circles and circles. I think we can win it, but then we can't. You know what? I'm just going to stick with it. England win. I'm not going to overcomplicate it. England win. So on to the quarterfinals now. Croatia versus France. The repeat of the 2018 World Cup final. I just think, it's going to be a repeat of the game, how it went. France domination and France win. Sorry, Croatia. Belgium versus Italy. That'll be a good game. I think Belgium will have too much for Italy, so I'm going to go for Belgium. Germany versus Turkey. Oh, imagine that. Quarterfinals. That'll be rocking. Even though the fans, they won't be in full attendance, but it still will be because there'll still be fans there, and we've missed them. So yeah, Germany versus Turkey. I think Germany just have the experience over Turkey. They've got a lot of World Cup winners in their team, so yeah, I'm going to go for Germany. And finally, Czech Republic versus England. Oh my god. That'll be a really good game. That is going to... They're in our group, aren't they? Yeah. They're in our group. So that'll be a repeat. I'm going to have to... If I predicted us to beat Portugal, I have to predict us to beat Czech Republic. I need to carry that faith with me through to the quarterfinals. So I'm going to go for England. So I'm going with the semi-finals of France versus Belgium and Germany versus England. Oh, I'm getting scared just thinking about these games. And they're not even happening. That's crazy. France versus Belgium will be a really good game. I'm going to say that France edge it. I just think France are too good. And Germany versus England. I just cannot see a world where England beat Germany. We're not in 1996. We're not in 1966 anymore. I just can't see a world where England can beat Germany in a major tournament. And that's because, as an England fan, one of my first memories of England in a major tournament was 2010. Frank Lampard scored a goal which didn't even count as a goal. And that just sums up England against Germany. It's just abject failure after abject failure, I feel like. So, but Germany haven't even been that good of late. Lowe's leaving after the tournament, isn't he? But I'm sorry. The mentality, the Germans just have this mentality over the English. So I'm going to go for the Germans. And finally, France versus Germany. It's going to be a France win, isn't it? So I predict a France win. Oh, look, we can see most predicted. So France are the most predicted to win with 26%, followed by England. A lot of English readers of the Telegraph are getting ahead of themselves, I think. And then third, Belgium, 13%. Wow. There you go. So there you have it. There's my Euros predictions. As I said, don't hate me for them. It's just my predictions. Those brackets probably aren't even going to happen in that way. But yeah, I think England can do all right. I predict them to get to the semis and lose to Germany, which is very England. But yeah, please let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know if you think anyone other than France is going to win it. Feel free to send me any of your predictions to the Rosed Twitter at Rosed Media. And yeah, I guess we'll see. Opening game on the Friday. I'm really, really excited. A summer of football is what we need, especially with fans. And yeah, see ya.